We on? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, if I could get everybody's attention, we are gonna go ahead and try to get things started up here. So if everybody could find your way to your seat and keep it to just a dull roar, would be very much appreciated. Um, we'll wait for this squad to make their way back in. So I'd like to start by saying welcome to the 2024 Beach City Swimming Annual Banquet. This is considerably more wobbly than what I was hoping for. Thank you to everyone for coming. As most of you know, this is my first Beach City Swimming Banquet. It's gonna take a long time. And I am acutely aware that most, if not all of you, have more experience with these things than I do, and some of you have many more Beach Cities banquets under your belts, so I'll ask for just a little patience if I stumble or fumble around. Just a little. My first function with the team when I joined on was the fall season kickoff picnic back in September over at Pollywog Park. I know. And I can remember walking out of there and thinking to myself, like, man, that was really something. And then flash forward to today and walking in here and seeing all of you dressed to the nines and seeing all of this, and this is really something. So excited to be here, excited to take some time to recognize some very special people here. But some things like this don't happen without a lot of hard work from a lot of hardworking people. So as you always should, I want to start with a couple of thank yous. First to Kathy Everett and the banquet committee. Kathy, if you could stand up for us. And hand in hand with that, the auction committee, Heather Slahuber, I don't know where you went to, and I'm blanking already, Adriana Brea-Safa, doing a fantastic job with that. And then I'd like to read out our lead group parents from this past season and ask each of you, if you're here, to stand and accept your figurative flowers now that you've accepted your literal flowers, not just so that we can acknowledge and thank you, but if you're a newer parent and are looking for a place to go, if you have any questions or are looking to get more involved with the team, these folks are wonderful resources and have a wealth of knowledge that can really help you out with that. So I'm going to try to read through these quickly in the interest of the timeline, Kathy. From Beach 1, we have Emily Chambon and Shirley Cam. Beach 2, I was going to go everybody. Beach 2, Celeste and Kanak Mulchi. Beach 3, Johanna Nalgel Kim, Sharon Romiser. Beach 4, Zoe Caldwell. Beach 5, Angie Wang and Kelly Brookie. Senior 1, Michelle Corabra. Senior 2, Jenny Hott. Senior 3, Rennie Huang and Pip Coyne. Senior 4 is Johanna and Sharon again, because those two decided that one group was just not enough for them. And HP group is led by Sarah San, Betty Quo, and Brett, and Jenny Bennett. So if all of you could stand, I would love to just give you one big round of applause. Thank you all very much. Next, I want to... Are you good, Coach? Next, I want to acknowledge and thank the Beach Cities Board of Directors. These people put in so much work behind the scenes, and oftentimes doing the things that maybe aren't as fun to take care of, but need to be taken care of for our club to continue to be the club that it is and the club that we want it to be and move things forward into the future. So I'm going to ask each of you to rise as well. We have President Mark Nicholas, Treasurer Mel Kuo, Billy Tiemann, Denise Kwok, Someone for that. Tracy Cross. And last but not least, we have Brett Bennett. Thank you to each of you. It's not always the easiest path, but I really appreciate all of the support and all that all of you do for me and the club. Next, our wonderful coaching staff. I'm going to ask each one of you to stand as well. I did not give them a heads up here. I didn't really know any of this group before I joined Beach Cities, besides just the cross paths on deck. Hey, how you doing, coach? So it's kind of a blank slate, which can be scary. But I can tell you, we have such a wonderful, committed staff of professionals that really come in every day with the sole focus of making this the best team that we can be for our athletes. And you would think that's an easy thing to find in professional coaching, but from my experience, I can tell you it's not. And we're so fortunate to have each and every one of these coaches. I'm so fortunate to have each and every one of these coaches. So we'll just go from the top. Coach Allie, up. Coach, I guess we'll just go around the circle. Coach Tim. Coach Greg. Coach Mary. Coach Latte. Coach Latte. Coach Umberto. And Coach Melissa. Coach Umberto, you got to start writing some harder practices or something, man. And last, but certainly not least, I want to thank all of our athletes. As you can hear, there are a lot of people that deserve to get thanked today. But for me, this day is all about you guys. And there is no Beach City Swimming without all of our athletes. So whether you get your name called today and get to come up and shake Coach's hand, or you just get to have a good time hanging out at the table with your friends, you should all be really proud of yourselves, because swimming is not an easy sport. It asks a lot of you. It asks a lot of you every day in terms of sacrifice and commitment and hard work. And all of you deserve to be very proud of yourselves and of each other. And I'm very appreciative for the great group of athletes that I get to work with here on Beach Cities. So a round of applause for our athletes. Something terrible happened over there. And then if I could just take one last moment before I pass things off to Mark. I know an important part of what we're going to do today is honor and recognize our graduating seniors. And I'm looking forward, I'm not going to call anybody up here now, calm down. I'm looking forward to getting to hear from each one of them individually and get to speak about several of them individually. But I wanted to take a moment just collectively to talk about them as a group. It's awfully early for that. They're such a special group of kids, each of them individually and collectively, and they have such a unique energy that they bring to the team and to the groups and honestly to the coaching staff. Thinking about what I was going to say about them today really left me conflicted in that I'm just bummed that I'm only going to get 1 year to work with these guys. But also just so grateful that I have, Brooke, that I have gotten this 1 year to work with these guys. So to our senior athletes, just in advance, thank you and congratulations. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce and bring up Mark Nicholas, the president of the board of directors. Mark?
It's hard to compete with Umberto. And I did promise, I've got 6 pages of notes here, but I think I did promise Justin I try to keep it shorter than a board meeting. So words of gratitude don't really measure up. This is a volunteer-run organization largely. Everything you see, every person on that pool deck is really comprised of just the people sitting at this table and the parents around this room. There are no employees. Everybody just does this thing. We do it from the ground up. Every problem that comes up, we fix it. And the credit, I mean, I don't even know how to describe this. The billing you see with Allie and the scheduling and all this other stuff, this happens because of the people sitting in a very small group. Companies would take 25 people to do what we do, and yet we just kind of knock this thing out. And so for all of that, we're unbelievably grateful to all the families. We have one other person to thank here, and although we really have to thank all of you guys for what we do for him, which is Vlad over there from Grassroots. So when we talk about the character of this team and we talk about world-class character and we talk about all the things we strive to be, we've got kids over there and families over there that are helping to cook food for families, deliver food for families, run food drives, things like that. We've got a couple hundred hours in supporting that organization, and we hope to keep going, and it's one of those things that we're really proud of, we should be really proud of. And so thank you guys for helping support Vlad, and thank you, Vlad, for coming by. A couple words about the character of this team. So I've been on the board now for 4 years, 2 years as secretary, 2 years as president. I don't know how that happened, but I've managed to pull off 2 of the most complicated things that you could do on a board, which are, COVID, of course, and then a transitionary period of time. 2 things that can take an organization and knock it to its knees. And it did for a lot of other programs. But during COVID, my first 2 years on the board, we increased membership. We lost almost no families, and we increased our waiting list. We kept our coaches employed. We never missed a payment. And we finished COVID as a team stronger than when we went in. The last 2 years during my presidency, we were in a transitionary period. Something that can be very, very complicated for a program, and yet we kept 97% of our families. We kept our coaches. We paid our coaches. We increased our waiting list, and we finished our transition stronger than when we went in. And just a couple of quick words on that, which is you don't finish a crisis stronger than when you went in if you were weak to start. We finished COVID stronger because we were stronger when we went in. We finished our transition stronger because we were stronger when we went in. And that happens because every day that we're out there building a foundation, it's brick by brick, it's race by race. It's the good stuff, the bad stuff. I'm still here, by the way. It's the good stuff, it's the bad stuff, it's everything that goes into how we build our character, so that when a transition comes up, when a crisis comes up, we're fully ready for it. And in our case, we could finish stronger than we went in. And to that point, when we look at the people who will be in this room in 10 years, it's our obligation to give them the strongest possible team that we can. And because we want them to go in as strong as possible, it's up to us every single day when we race, when we coach, when we as a board meet, when we do whatever we need to do in order to make sure that we continue to build the foundation and make this program as strong as possible. And we've done that with Justin, who now has the obligation to continue to build brick by brick, and we couldn't possibly be more optimistic. So Justin, thank you for coming and joining us. And of course, thank you all for helping to build those bricks. And to that point, speaking of strength and where we're going, this will be the last time I speak to you guys. And so it's time for me to hand this off to Mel Kuo, who will be the next president of the board. And I know that Mel is perfect for the time in this program to continue to build this thing brick by brick. And so I guess that's it. I could stretch this thing out to kind of enjoy the experience a little bit more, or I can get back to my table. But as I turn this thing over, just to recite the one thing that is always recited by the loudest families in the bleachers. Thank you guys very much, and go Beach Cities.
Hello. I just want to first, I'm Mel, by the way. I want to thank Mark. He really spent a lot of his time and effort helping this team. I think a lot of us don't get to see all the stuff that goes on and he has to take care of, but really, I think we should all give a big round of applause for Mark. Also, kids, I'd like you guys to think about all the things your parents do for you. During the swim season, practices, buying things, taking you to meets. But I'd like to have all the kids give a big round of applause to your parents. And thank them. You guys can do better than that, come on. All right, so since not everyone might know me, I thought I'd take a minute or two to kind of share a little background on me, my experiences with the team in general. So when I first family joined, my hair was entirely black. There wasn't a single Tesla in the parking lot. So now fast forward, my hair has matured and half of us are driving Teslas. That was back in 2014, so 10 years ago. I didn't know anything about competitive swimming. We just knew it was a cheap way to get our kids in the water versus lessons, so we tried out. And I've learned quickly, right away, to check the practice calendar every day. The first week, I think I went to the wrong time and the wrong day, and eventually the wrong pool, so... And I still look at that practice schedule every day, religiously. So I stand here as like a grizzled old veteran of thousands of practice pickups and drop-offs, hundreds of swim meets, and a proud survivor of the 2023 PAC Com Champs in Pasadena. I hear fellow survivors of that meet. Yeah, that was 10 years. That was the worst meet, so you should be proud of yourselves that you made it through. So all right. So I'm gonna just share a little bit like what I want to do as president, because like I'm not doing this just to like put my name on the website or like whatever. Like I really want to try to utilize what I've learned, what I've seen as a parent with children on the team, like how to make sure everyone could benefit from those experiences. The three main areas, like I want to make sure that I can accomplish in like 2 years, is to help with the kind of the athletes and coaches' motivation, communication, and education. So how can we bring like new ideas to continue to motivate our athletes and our wonderful coaching staff, right? Like we all need goals and like new things that we can try to accomplish in order to be motivated. And I think like the recent intra-squad meet we had, the summer JO meet we had last year, I think it really showed like kind of a small glimpse of like what swimming competitively can be. it's, not just about time standards, but also about like fun and competition, your teammates. And don't get me wrong, like I still believe like fast is fun, but like at the same time, we need other victories outside of like a time standard or a cut or something like that. And then for communication, I'd like to like work with the board and figure out ways like how can we better communicate as a team. Maybe from the board's perspective, like sharing more communication on a monthly basis or something to let you guys know what's going on. At the same time, for like coaches, parents, athletes, like just want to kind of help break down any barriers and meet more often and just communicate so we're all working. Because like I think we're all working towards the same goal, and it helps to communicate so that there's no like black holes of like missing information, and then people just tend to start filling it with things that may or may not be true. And finally, like education, kind of like after seeing some USA swimming camps, some like private swim camps, I think I'd love for the athletes to have kind of classroom type situations where they could learn about things like nutrition or race strategies, and just have a chance to like ask questions in a safe format, like in a classroom. Also like mentor-mentee opportunities, like for our older kids, to reach out to the younger kids and let them know about like, hey, I went through the same thing, because I think we all go through similar experiences, some good, some bad, but it'd be helpful, I think, for the older ones to share with the younger ones. And so these are sort of the things that I'm looking forward to working on, but I do ask for like everyone's help in trying to accomplish this. Like Mark said, it's a volunteer organization, so I didn't realize when we signed up that it was, but now I do know. And I find it much more rewarding, like at a swim meet, to help out and not be hyper-focused on like my kid's performance that day, and just like talk to parents in the stands and like help out and do things and keep myself busy like at a meet. But anyways, yeah, so looking forward to trying to help this team move to the next step. I think we're 12 years old now, and 12 or 13 years, and I think in like human age, we're probably like a young adult, so there's certain things we need to take responsibilities for, make things a little bit better for ourselves. Anyways, sorry, I'm taking too much time, but thank you, everyone. Appreciate your attention.
Ooh, this moves quite a bit. All right. Hello? Are we on? There we go. All right. I had a feeling that would be a tough act to follow. Thank you, Tom. I'm up here to give awards for Beach 1. But first, just a general thank you as well. You know, one of the cornerstones of any successful organization is positive relationships at every level. And I can say that I'm truly grateful to have so many positive relationships with so many of you, from the athletes to the parents, to the coaches, to the board members. Beach City Swimming really does feel like a second family to me. So thank you all for making it feel that way. Appreciate you very much. First award for Beach 1 group tonight will be the Most Improved Award. This kind and confident young lady made some huge leaps in the short course season. Let's go to the numbers. She went from 159 to 133 in the 100 IM, 47 to 40 in the 50 fly, 53 to 46 in the 50 back, and 53 to 50 in the 50 breast. So a wide variety of improvement across all strokes. She was Miss Butterfly on our 8th place medley relay at last June's age group invitational. and cranked out a really solid split, which is about a second and a half faster than her best time at that time. And she did it all with a goggle mustache, which made it even more impressive. Great composure by that young lady in that moment, especially after losing those goggles on the dive. She's always eager to listen, lead, and compete. And she was a no-brainer for promotion to the Beach 2 group this April, where she continues to ascend. The Beach 1 Most Improved Award goes to Adi Shamban. The Inspiration Award. This next young lady's relatively new to swimming, competitive swimming at least. She didn't land in the group until around November, but she became the fuel that made the group go. She has one of those infectiously positive personalities, always arriving at the pool with a smile on her face, ready to work. You could always count on her to steer her teammates in the right direction and take the lead no matter the task. She'll be 13 at the end of the month. She's now in the Beach 4 group, but I have no doubt that she's going to continue to be a positive force wherever she goes, whether at the pool, in school, in the workforce, or in her community. Beach 1 Inspiration Award goes to Anna Campbell. Still get butterflies for this.
Thank you.
Still get butterflies at these things. Team Spirit Award. From practice to competition, she always brings the energy. No matter the situation, from her execution of movement prep before practice to screaming her face off for her teammates at swim meets, you can always count on her to be enthusiastic about it. She's got some of the best dance moves in the group as well. Just another example of a truly infectious spirit, and she's just a joy to coach. The Beach 1 Team Spirit Award goes to Quinn Sutkus. The Excellence Award. This next young man is intelligent, he's focused, he's positive, he's poised. He communicates at a level well beyond his years. He's only 10 years old. He's a true leader and competitor. He raced 4 times individually at the Pacific Committee finale in February, posting B times in all 4 and improving in 3 of those races, the 100 back, 100 IM, and 200 free. Which included a huge drop in the 200 free, a almost 36-second drop in the 200 free. He scored a podium finish at that meet in the 100 back, 2nd place, and was also a member of the victorious 200 free relay that day. He's since graduated to the Beach 2 group, and I'm excited to witness his continued growth. The Beach 1 Excellence Award goes to Marius Goldstein. Race of the Year. Not many athletes can say that their first competition was a championship meet, but this young man can. After joining the team in December, the first competitive racing experience of his young career was against some of the most skilled young athletes in the country, really, at our Spring Age Group Championships in March in Pasadena, where he was just outstanding as the leadoff leg of the 13th place 200 free relay, splitting a very respectable 36.7. He also paced his 200 medley relay to a 16th place finish with his 39.7 backstroke split. I couldn't be more proud of his effort and his poise, and I can't wait to see how high he climbs in this sport. Beach 1 Race of the Year goes to Andy Crouch. Man, and he's a well-dressed man, too. Dang. Well done, sir. World-class character. The final group award goes to a young lady who's humble, hardworking, respectful, and tenacious. Her attention to detail was unmatched, never missing a note or instruction from her coaches. She's really everything you look for in an athlete as a coach. Her incredible effort at practice was rewarded when she was selected to represent the team at the Winter Age Group Championships in December, where as a member of both the 7-10 girls relays, she split 36.5 on the 11th place 200 free relay and 45.3 as the breaststroker on the 12th place medley relay. Her freestyle split was more than a second faster than her best 50 free time, and that breaststroke split was right on her best time. She never misses an opportunity to say hello, goodbye, or thank you, and it's just always a treat to coach her. The Beach One World Class Character Award goes to Hannah King.
Sorry we made you walk so far.
Congratulations to everyone in the Beach One group.
All right, hello. I get the honor of introducing our first senior of the afternoon. So Boden, if you want to come on up. So Boden, let's see, I'm just going to read from this. This first senior, this has been a roller coaster of a ride with you, but in the most positive way. He worked his way all the way up from senior one, correct? Just doing the work with a plethora of sarcasm and witty comments along the way. When I moved him into senior 4, we were making excellent progress, and I was super excited for his summer training and season until he decided to go to Portugal for the summer. You got COVID there, right? Yes, so after contracting COVID in Portugal, because Portugal was not the answer, came back very out of shape, but still a huge smile on his face, and we continued our journey yet again. After that, we just missed our WAG cut in the 200 fly, so we started over again. To his credit, Boden recommitted himself to the sport, continued to work with his constant positive attitude, and gently requiring his teammates to join him the last round fly whenever possible. And we finally nabbed our WAG time this fall. We will absolutely miss his math skills to figure out how long a set will take within seconds, and the general unbridled chaos he caused with all the butterfly. Look forward to hearing all about your swimming adventures in the fall at McAllister.
Hi, everyone. I'm Boden. I didn't prepare a lot, which I thought was going to be fine because I was like, no way I'm going to be first. If you look at like the amount of people that I spend the most amount of time with, you've got my parents definitely as number 1 and 2 right there. But like a lot of you guys are up there just because of how much swimming we do, which I think is kind of amazing because my attendance was not great a lot, but you guys are still just absolutely amazing. And so I got a couple people I gotta thank. I gotta thank my parents. The amount of practices they drove me to, absolutely crazy, especially the morning ones. Everyone here knows that those are horrible to go to. Like waking up at 5 in the morning, and I'm like a morning person, so they have to deal with me being happy and positive in the morning, and no one likes that. And they still dealt with it, and they got me to practice on time and gave me everything I could ask for, and I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. The coaches, thank you guys. So many of you guys were a part of my journey. When I first joined, Coach Latte, you were my coach. that was a bit of a rude awakening from, cushy life at South Bay Aquatics to getting down and gritty with it. And then I make my way, Coach Greg, you were my coach at the end of senior 3 there for a bit. But I gotta give props to Coach Allie, who's been my coach for the last 2 years, and even before that, so I'm in senior 3. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me, and how I would not be nearly the swimmer I am without you. So thank you so much. I'll catch you sometime buying tacos in the Yucatan, I hope. And to my teammates, thank you guys. You guys are some of my closest friends in the world. I said I spend a lot of time with you guys, and I even hang out with you guys outside of practice by choice. So I couldn't get enough. And so I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of your lives, and I get to spend all this time with you, and I wouldn't ask for anything else. And that's why I love swimming. It's a sport that's like, you do your work, you swim it, it's all individual times, but we all join a team anyway because we have fun with each other, and I really like that. So thank you guys all so much. I love you all, and it's been so much fun getting to grow with you guys. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. Stop. Okay, so I'm Coach Melissa. I am the Senior 1 coach. I'm also Intro to Seniors coach. So, when they go from there, the Senior 1, you're still stuck with me. Most improved, let's start with that. I got 2. These girls did so much work in short course season, and I was able to kick them out of senior 1 and move them straight up to senior 2 because I was like, you're too fast for this group. You gotta go. You gotta go. You need a little more intense, harder workouts, and I have the perfect coach for you. Now go. But these girls, they did very hard work, and they're still doing hard work in senior 2, and they're dropping time, and they're like really good friends. I like moving kids in groups if you can. It doesn't always work like that. But most improved, we got Soleil Wicks and Dalen Malcolm. Please come up. Okay, so most inspirational. This girl has so much resilience. She's gone through so much. She has to travel the United States with everything she goes through. And has the biggest smile. And then even if she shows up to practice and she doesn't have a big smile and she's like, I'm not feeling it, I was like, that's okay. Do what you want. She's the only kid in the whole group that gets to do what she wants. And she's like, I'm not feeling it. I was like, do whatever. You're fine. So, and she's still our team captain. One day, I will move her up, but I'm going to keep her as my captain. No one can really, when I smile and she smiles, everyone's like, oh no, we're about to do a 200 or a 400 IM. Like, they don't always like that smile. But most inspirational, Jameson Body. You are amazing. Yeah, she's the best. Okay, I have one more most inspirational. This girl has gone through a lot, and she's still coming to swimming. She is trying her best. I'm so proud of her to stick with it. I know when you juggle high school and club. It can be a bit much, but she's doing it, and I'm proud of her all the time for just showing up and trying her best. Janessa Martinez. Where's she at? Okay, team spirit. Okay, he's in runner-up for team captain, but I love how he has such encouragement, and he wants everyone to, like, let's try this, and let's do this, and most time they don't want to, and I was like, too bad. Coach Jack said we have to. He's our new Coach Jack. He is my assistant coach when it comes to Wahoos or Dolphins, especially the group his sister's in. He'll hang out for the next hour after his practice and help coach and help do one-on-one, obviously following my direction. But he's a big help. He is also our team spirit. He's wonderful. He's the best. I love, and he's our team spirit. So Jack Stimson, please come up. Okay, for excellence, this athlete shows up. Before I moved her up, she showed up to all the practices. She showed up to all the meets. She dropped time, add time, drop time, but I say show up a lot, but she does. She shows up, she puts in work, she's dedicated. High school was a bit rough this year, but she made it through, and she's wonderful. Team Excellence Award goes to Mia Kawabara. Okay, so if you've had me as a competitive coach, you know that I tell you to leave it all in the pool. Get it out, all your emotions. You are going to race a race. I do not want you hopping out of the pool and then hopping into the cool down pool. I want you crawling out of the pool and then crawling to the next pool. Like, you need to give it your all. You need to get out of the water. Can't breathe, maybe a little delirious, but you have to give it your all. I'm serious. I tell them this because they know they cannot come up to me and be like, I could have gone faster. And I was like, well, why didn't you? Like, if you could have gone faster, you do it. So, race of the year for swimming at the 2024 PACCOM Short Course Champs Finale Meet, swimming the 100 free, doing a 1:00.16, getting a BB time, dropping 4.16, blah, blah, blah. And a heat winner, Dylan Lupo, gets the race of the year. Okay, last one. World-class character. Okay, you have so many different types of athletes that we get to coach, and it's wonderful. Though then you have athletes that half the time you're like, I cannot stand this child. They don't listen to me. They don't listen to you, and you're just like, what's going on? You're trying to do everything. You try to pull every trick out of every book possible, and you're like, how can I help this athlete? But she would come to practice early, sometimes talk. She definitely helps. She helps in my mental health, actually. She makes me laugh all the time. I love her so much now. And I try to connect with my athletes, and it is very hard. A lot of athletes have initials at the end of their names, and you're trying to adjust your practices and really help them. And she came up to me one day, and she's like, Coach, I think this kid has ADHD. And I was like, yes, I think that athlete does. A lot of athletes have that, and they have a lot of other letters behind their names. I was like, it's okay, and we're gonna try to figure this out. And she's like, well, let me see. She's like, let me see if I can connect with him. And she did. She connected with an athlete. She helped them a lot. They were able to get their junior guard times that they needed. She got in the water with them and really helped them, because a lot of athletes, some need more one-on-one, some don't, but some do. And I can't always get in the water with all these kids. And she came early, and she got in with him, and she really helped him. And she's also helping another athlete, and that's a good character. It's a good world-class character person right there. And Alexandra Nimick, you are it.
It is me again. You're gonna be seeing me a lot. All right, our next senior, Ethan Hott, come on up. Ethan here is an original Shark Group member back from when I coached pre-comp. That's how long ago it was. And will forever be the athlete that we think we placed in the wrong group, but we're not entirely sure. Still trying to figure that out. It all worked out in the end, though. Ethan may not have always had swimming as his top priority, but he was always well-liked by his teammates and coaches. Miss your giant speaker, your epic cannonballs into the pool, legendary sharks and minnow skills, and your crazy strength in the gym. Usually grabbing the largest dumbbells and medicine balls and moving them with ease, while his teammates just watched in awe. Ethan, you're also a great older brother to your siblings, making sure they're always taken care of and functional at swim meets. So wishing you the best at the Ohio State, Ethan Hott.
I'm not very good at speeches, so I'm going to keep this pretty brief. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents. They really mean a lot to me. They're always there, always supporting. They even drove out to St. George in Utah in the middle of COVID for the only swim meet of the year. And that was amazing. Morning practices, waking me up in the morning. I still don't get up in the morning, but they try their hardest. And I love them so much. They mean so much. Next, I'd like to thank my coaches. Most of them are not here, but the ones that are here. Coach Tim, I think I had you first. For a little bit, when we'd go out of the field in the morning, you would play open frisbee. Coach Latte, I still remember you making us run stairs. It sucked. It really did suck. And Coach Alley, thank you. You were my first coach at Shark B, and you always did believe in me, and I have you now. I think I've had you for 4 years or something like that, and it's been amazing. Thank you. I would also like to thank my teammates. They're some of the best friends I've ever made. There's so many I look up to, and so many that support me all the time. I really am going to miss all of you when I go to college, and I really hope to see you once again. And just thank you, everybody, all the parents, all the coaches, all the teammates, everybody that's part of this team. You made it so wonderful. Thank you all very much.
All right. Our first award, Most Improved, goes to a swimmer who came to me in August at the start of the 2023-2024 season. And immediately I noticed three things about her: her beaming smile, her deep love of freestyle kick sets, and their extraordinary commitment to getting better. She wasn't the loudest or most talkative in the group, as she preferred to put in the work quietly. But I saw who she was as a student athlete. She is passionate and competitive and took being coachable to new levels by absorbing everything I coached her on and finding ways to leave as a better swimmer than when she came in. Her hard work paid off as she was Beach 2's only representative and finalist at the Pacific Committee Championships, where she achieved double beat times in every one of her short course events and earned a move up to Beach 3 in April. She is thriving right now, and I know she will continue to do so on our team. For Most Improved, Catalina Bustamante. For Most Inspirational, my athlete is absent today. We're not able to join us, but I'm going to go ahead and read her speech anyways. Encouragement and positivity, these are two of Beach 2's core values for the 2023 and 2024 season. I believe every one of my athletes, past and present, shows greatness in each, especially for these two. However, one student athlete stands out the most in representing them. If you have been around on deck, coached, or have gotten to know her, you will see that she always has a smile on her face, has a quick joke ready to roll, and will begin any activity with a can-do attitude. Her positivity fuels her hard-working personality, as she will never turn away from a challenge and will always look to lead her lane or others through it. If anyone needs to look to someone to cheer them up or motivate them, she will be the one to do it. For Most Inspirational, Ella Rancis. For Team Spirit, this swimmer was with me in Beach 2 right from the very beginning, November of 2022 to be exact, which is when I started coaching the group. And I am amazed at the amount of passion he has for the sport of swimming, his teammates, and our team. An example out of many that always came to mind every time when writing these words for him was when he would give his time to come in and help with our beach bashes, formerly known as Club Saturdays, when his brother, who is now in Beach 1, was in our pre-comp program. No job was too much for him, and in that time, he wasn't running around. He was cheering on his brother and all of the future rock stars in our pre-comp program. Currently, you can still find him cheering for his teammates at meets, encouraging them during challenging practices, being involved with volunteer opportunities whenever possible, and for still letting me believe I would stand a chance in a friendly game of Rocket League. For Team Spirit, Seller Stowe. For the Excellence Award, legendary NBA head coach and executive Pat Riley has said, "Excellence is the gradual result of always striving to do better. As a student athlete, you learn to be resilient, committed, dependable, positive, and confident. Traits that I have seen this swimmer demonstrate consistently. In our time together in Beach 2, I witnessed her learning to take ownership of her sport and develop the ability to appreciate the highs while learning and reflecting from the lows. She is fiercely loyal to her teammates and is determined to see things done correctly the first time. She leads by example, even when she doesn't realize it, and will only continue to develop her leadership skills as she progresses through our team." For Excellence, Isabella Antunes. All right. For race of the year, swimming the 200 IM for the first time is a big check mark in an age grouper's list of accomplishments. In doing so, there are a lot of nerves and thoughts that come out of that nervousness, especially when that first swim is at a championship swim meet, which seems to amplify everything. At the Rose Bowl meet finale this past February, the swimmer was in that exact same situation. There was a good amount of nervous fidgeting, jumps, dancing, and even a, "Can I scratch the 200 IM, please?" Amidst all of the organized chaos occurring, the universe decided to add a cherry on top, having her goggles snap during the warm-up and just 20 minutes before the start of her race. The tears came in, but with a quick sprint to the coach's tent for a spare pair of goggles, a quick pep talk from myself and her parents, and a solid fist bump, she was locked in again. Soon enough, her time to swim came in, and she swam absolutely lights out. She won her heat, finished just outside the top 10, achieved a season goal, a B time, and most importantly, got a ducky. Those are all fantastic rewards, but I believe the best one was that she learned anything is possible, even when it looks or sounds scary. All it takes is a deep breath and saying to oneself, it's go time. For race of the year, Fiona Cooley. All right. Our final award for world-class character. In Beach 2, We Not Me is a core value, and that one was inspired by LA Rams head coach Sean McVay. While I may not be a Rams fan, Coach McVay has done an excellent job at instilling a team-first mentality with his players. The success of this idea does not come from the coach, but rather the players and their teammates, as they have to buy into this mentality. This swimmer receiving the World Class Character Award has demonstrated the We Not Me mentality consistently throughout their time in Beach 2, so much so that not a practice or meet went by where he did not lay everything out in the hopes of improving just that 1% or demonstrating world-class character. Apart from knowing that he will always put in the effort on the swimming aspects, I knew I could count on him to help me across many different scenarios. If I needed someone to move into a lane to even out the numbers, he was one of the first, if not the first, to offer. If our group was struggling with a turn or a stroke drill, and I needed a visual example, he was always ready to step up. If we were on a time crunch and our swim bridges, underwater tool we use, needed to be set up as soon as possible so we can maximize our practice time, I knew I could rely on him to do it quickly and efficiently for his lane. If a teammate's goggles or cap broke, he would offer his spares without hesitation and loan them out as long as they needed it. This list could honestly go on indefinitely, and even though he may not look for the spotlight, he deserves the opportunity to be celebrated. For world-class character, Sean Everett.
Okay, I have the privilege of introducing our next graduating senior, Ms. Catalina Kahan. So, first, as Coach Alley just found out, I don't use notes for speeches like this, so we're gonna see how it goes. One of the things I did when I first joined up with Beach Cities and was trying to get to know all the kids is I went through the roster with Coach Alley and kind of tried to get her notes on each of them. You know, what do you think of this kid? What do they do well? What are they still working on? And this is probably not the appropriate venue to share all of Coach Alley's words, but for this one, I think it works. So I came to Coach Alley, and I asked her, so what's the deal with this Catalina girl? And Coach Alley thinks about it and goes, she's delightful. And I was like, cool. anything else that you can help me with, Coach Allie? And she thinks and goes, no, just delightful. So fast forward a couple of months. I think we were on deck after practice. Catalina had just come over to say goodbye, do our super cool handshake. And Coach Allie asked me, how's it going with Catalina? And I think about it. She's delightful. And she is. She's just the type of kid, the type of person who lights up the room when she walks into it. Every practice, every weightlifting session is better for her being there. And next year, she'll be attending and competing at University of Nebraska, Omaha. And I'll be so sad to not have her here, but so excited to root her on from afar. And, you know, Nebraska's getting a good one. Catalina.
Hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Catalina, and I've been with BCS for around 10 to 11 years. Being a member on this team has been some of the best years of my life. I have been able to accomplish many great things with the support of this team, and just over the years, I've become such a better swimmer thanks to this team. Unfortunately, the past couple years have been a little challenging on me as I've had to overcome many different obstacles. During summer JOs in 2022 at Riverside Community College, I sustained a knee injury with a slip and fall in the locker room while putting on my tech suit right before an event. And it was a pretty bad injury. I had to be taken to the hospital, and at the time, my only worry was getting back in the water and racing again. I was unable to train for some time, and I had to go to physical therapy to strengthen the muscles in my knee again so that I would able to match that with my other leg. Eventually, over time, I did get back in the water and begin my training, very hard training with my group. Not long after, about 7 months ago, I re-injured my knee. Yes, again, the same way, same injury, and it was much worse, this time needing surgery. I was devastated and very convinced that my time in the water was over. At this point, I knew that I was going to be out for a very long time. What people don't realize is when you're in a situation like that, you think a lot about giving up and not moving forward with your dream or your passion. And I saw my intercollegiate swimming career slowly disappearing, having to deal with this. After all those long practices, late night practices, early mornings, you know, the ones where everyone just wants to sleep in and ignore their alarms, you just have a hard time working with that after everything goes in the drain due to just one slip and fall. Thinking back on it now, I was scared to just get back in the water and afraid to face the reality of how far behind in swimming I was. This could be my new normal for quite some time, and I would have to learn how to adapt to it. Going through that difficult time of my life has only made me a stronger person. With determination, focus, and perseverance, I was able to overcome my injury. Not to mention all the physical therapy and the tailored training sets from my coaches. Needless to say, I didn't go through it alone. I needed the support of my family, my team, and my coaches. I want to start by thanking my coaches, Coach Allie. Thank you so much for being there for me and always keeping me in check whenever I get too chatty in the water. I will forever be grateful for you in the way that you have supported me along the years. Coach Justin, I may not have known you for as long, or I may have not have had a lot of time with you in the water, but you have made me a better swimmer mentally and physically. You've helped me gain so much confidence in myself and have worked so hard to help me navigate through my injury. There wasn't a day at practice where Coach Justin didn't ask me how my knee was feeling or how my day was going. It was a pretty new, normal, and everyday situation. I'm so lucky to have been coached by you by this past season, and I'm really going to miss being on the pool deck with you, being so far away. Next, my parents. You have been by my side since day one and have always been my biggest supporters, no matter what I was doing. From waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and driving me to practice in your pajamas, to watching me swim at a swim competition and standing in the rain to cheer me on when no one else would. I am so lucky and humbled to call you both my parents. I might be going to college 1,500 miles away, but I know that you guys are only a phone call away, and you will still be cheering me on and will be right by my side at every swim competition moving forward. I love you both so much. Caden. I know we weren't always as close, but this past year, I feel that we have gotten so much closer, and I'm so happy to have gotten closer to you right before I go to college. I'm really gonna miss the gossip sessions, the late night drives, and the food runs that we always had together. Not seeing you every day is gonna be really hard for me, but I know it won't be permanent. As I'm on my way out, I will remember everything that this team has done for me, all the great memories and travel meets, practices, and team bonding activities. You guys got me through the highs and lows, and I will forever be grateful for that. Thank you for being more than just teammates. You are like family to me. To the younger ones, Andy, Sarah, Gabby, Avalon, I will miss you guys so much, and I promise to come back and visit you. You all have a special place in my heart, and that will never go away. This is not goodbye. This is just a see you later. So for now, CK is out. Thank you.
You know, I was going to say, forgive me, I'm not used to talking in large crowds, but actually that's our job, so I don't really have an excuse for this one. My most improved award is going to go to a swimmer. I had her in Beach 4 when I first got Beach 4. She was middle of the pack in Beach 4. Quickly, within a couple months, moved her way up, was leading the pack in Beach 4. I moved her up into Senior 2. She was the middle of the pack in Senior 2, and within a couple of months, within one season, she ended up being the leader of the pack in Senior 2. My most improved for Senior 2 is Mackenzie Brock. Most inspirational was a challenge for me to figure out who this was going to. At the last Pac Champs in the winter, there was an incident with a swimmer who was terrified of swimming the 500 freestyle, ended up qualifying for finals in the 500 freestyle, and we had a discussion with him. He didn't want to swim that race and ended up swimming it, dropping time, felt really good about it. He challenges his teammates in the gym all the time, and my patience from time to time. The most inspirational goes to Santiago Baranda. You didn't see that one coming, did you? You didn't see that one coming, did you? Yeah. Neither did I. My Team Spirit Award, unfortunately she's not here to receive the award. She received this award last year for the same reason. She's the loudest, the proudest. No one has tried to usurp her in this category. If you're ever at a swim meet and her brother is swimming any long distance event, you will for sure hear her screaming at the top of her lungs. The Team Spirit Award goes to Sierra Garcia. The Excellence Award I have goes to a swimmer who literally embodies the world-class character through excellence in swimming. He's got both of them. He has not missed a single practice when he was not swimming for high school. He only ever missed practice when he was sick or swimming for high school. One of my favorite things about him, he was a freshman this year. I got to coach him in high school. And he started kind of observing the seniors and all the really fast swimmers in the pool. And he started paying attention to Mikki Maemura's insane underwater dolphin kicks that make her win so many races. He started doing that in practices every day, and he's made huge leaps and bounds in his swimming prowess because of this excellence that he observes around himself. The award goes to Joseph Scallon. Okay, Race of the Year. So last year I gave Race of the Year to an athlete, the first and only athlete that had broken a minute in the group. The first athlete to break a minute in the 100 freestyle. It was the only one. I was going to go to that, but turns out this year I had 12 swimmers break a minute, most of them actually under 57 now, so I thought that was a pretty cool achievement. So I had to go a little bit bigger this time. And by bigger, I meant I went to probably the most difficult race of swimming, the 400 IM. This athlete swam it at WAGS this year? WAGS was, so last year, at a time of 4:29:06 at WAGS, and the Race of the Year goes to Sebastiano Bystedt. You want to, Seb, you want to wait right there? I'll call you up in a second. And then finally, my world-class character goes to an athlete who shows up with a smile every single day, asks questions, how do I get better, what do I do, can you pay attention to this? His propensity for keeping his head high with adversity is inspiring to me. His character seeps into all aspects of his swimming on and off the deck. My world-class character award goes to Hudson Menke. Okay, so next I have, I'm going to call up Seb here to receive his award. He is my senior graduating this year, so come up and get your award. So he decided not to do a speech, but I've had Seb now I've coached him for 5 years now. When I first arrived at Bystedt, I had him in senior one. He's a man of very few words, as you can tell, but what he lacks verbally, he carries with himself in many other ways. I've loved coaching you. Every time I've ever given you a piece of advice, you've taken it, you've applied it, which is why you got the Race of the Year award. Thank you, actually. I think you've done a great deal for me and motivated me to be a better coach and to approach things differently for different athletes, and I hope that I've inspired you to be a better human being too.
Should I? Yeah. Okay, so just to announce, the auction will be closing in 15 minutes. Yeah, all right. Hi, Beach Cities. How are you guys doing? Yeah, good. Oh, this is such a beautiful event. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Coach Mary, if you don't know me already. I have the honor of coaching the Beach 3 group, as well as being your pre-competitive director. I've been on this team for just over a year, and I just want to say how grateful I am to have all of you. Like Coach Tim said, I really do look at this whole club as a giant family, and you guys really do mean the world to me, so I appreciate you all. I know I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to jump right into it. I want to start out by saying how difficult some of these decisions were for me, as I'm very proud of every single one of you on Beach 3. I brag about you guys constantly, just as if you were my own children, and that is the truth, okay? My Most Improved Award. So Beach 3's Most Improved Swimmer is adaptable, tough, and supremely coachable. There's no challenge I could have given this swimmer that they couldn't rise to. In fact, that swimmer continued challenging me to come up with new challenges to challenge them, and I loved it. It's this talent that has allowed this swimmer to progress so rapidly through the groups. They have risen to the ranks quicker than I have ever seen. He's earned himself a spot in Beach 5 already with Coach Tim, and this individual has a ton of natural talent. I cannot wait to see where it takes him. I think that we can all agree that Beach 3's Most Improved Swimmer is Colin Ionescu-Macri. Please give him a round of applause. So proud of you, Colin, and you look great. I love it. Please watch your shoes. Yeah, good job. I didn't shake my hand. Love it. Very nice. Most inspirational. So I have chosen Beach 3's Most Inspirational Swimmer because they not only inspire the rest of their teammates with their attitude and their approach to practice and racing, but they inspire me as well. Even when they are tired, they never phone it in or just go through the motions. They are always focused and thoughtful and engaged in their training with intention. And to top it off, they do it with a smile every single time. I always enjoy having this swimmer at practice, and I am positive that their teammates do too. It's just not the same without them. I know this athlete will have success in whatever she chooses to pursue, but I sure do hope that it is swimming. She's dedicated, tenacious, positive, and hardworking. I am super pleased to be awarding Most Inspirational Swimmer to Miss Nina Habner. Very nice. Woo. All right, next is Team Spirit. This swimmer is one of the kindest, most supportive athletes that I've ever encountered. They're always cheering on their teammates, and they're always ready to lend a helping hand or advice. This swimmer demonstrates incredible sportsmanship and sets a good example for the rest of her team. I can always count on her. If swimming had cheerleaders, we'd all want this swimmer to be ours. So for the Team Spirit Award, come on up here, Hana and I. Thank you for your incredible team spirit. We appreciate you. Nope, I'm breaking things. I'm just gonna leave that right there. All right, so my next award is excellence. So you might ask what this next award for excellence means. What does it mean to be excellent? Well, it probably means something slightly different for different coaches, but here's why I think this next swimmer deserves the Excellence Award. Commitment. I can count on one hand the number of times this swimmer has missed practice. Determination. This swimmer is always prepared, always on time, always ready with her gear, ready to give it 100%. Initiative. This swimmer is always striving to improve. They'll take correction, really think about it, and I can see them applying it in every practice. I'm impressed by the way this athlete dives into hard work and just completes the task at hand. This work ethic has paid off over the last year as she has consistently improved and also earned herself a spot in the Beach 5 group. So let's take the opportunity to celebrate the excellence we see in Miss Haley Kuo. Very nice, you guys. And I just do want to point out again how hard these decisions were for me, okay, you guys? World-class character. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wait, yes, world-class character. Sorry, I switched them on you. There's no characteristic more genuine or positive than gratitude. Our winner of the World-Class Character Award demonstrates this characteristic in spades. Shivering and freezing after practice, this swimmer never fails to come up to me and thank me for the torture that I've just put her through for the last hour and a half. They are always positive, upbeat, unfailingly kind to her teammates, polite, and honest. This swimmer is just a fantastic human being and makes me feel grateful that I have the privilege to coach her. Alicia Onamalai, I think everyone would agree that you have world-class character. Come on up. All right. For dramatic effect, I wanted to save the race of the year for last. Maybe some of you think the results of this award are obvious. I bet lots of you do, which is a testament to the amazing job that all of my swimmers have done over this past year. I can tell you again, this was not an easy decision for me because I could think of so many races that were so brilliant. And I think you all deserve a round of applause for the amazing success that you've had this year, Beach 3. But I did have to choose one person to get this award. So I had to choose one that stood out, one that had something a little extra. So I based this award on the sheer grit that this swimmer has demonstrated. The race that I'm thinking of was a longer race at the conclusion of a day at a championship meet. The swimmer swam phenomenally in prelims, dropping about 2.29 seconds from their best time, which was less than a month prior. At the end of a long day, we all just hoped that they'd manage to hold on to that best prelim time, maybe even drop a second or two more, if they were up to it, given that it was a longer race. And this swimmer exceeded all of our expectations. It was incredible. She dropped an additional 8.38 seconds through sheer grit and determination, dropping a total of 10.6 seconds that day. She truly went after it, first mentally and then physically, and did not let anything get in her way. I know how much that had to hurt, Piper Sutcliffe, but maybe today it will feel really good. I'm excited with the honor of presenting the Race of the Year award to you, Piper, for your final swim in the 500-yard freestyle at Short Course Committee Champs 2024. All right, you guys, that's it for me. Thank you.
My third senior will be Franco Lee, if you want to come on up. Oh, Franco, forever smiling and forever always just a little bit late. Franco always shows up to gym, swim meets, or practice with the absolute biggest smile, and that will always be missed. Franco, you always worked really, really hard, but occasionally would get a little bit lost in the set and kind of just floating around in the back, to which we lead me to start shouting at you, Franco, go fast. And then you would. Franco, you're a great asset to Beach Cities while balancing a myriad of other activities. And I will forever remember you as a kid that was always running a little bit late or texting me that you were gonna be a few minutes late. Didn't matter the day, time, pool, just always a smidge late. When he told me he was attending the Naval Academy in the fall, you can imagine what my first thought was. I said, oh God, Franco, you are going to have to be on time when you were there. So Not sure that we completely got this sorted, but hopefully your time at Beach Cities and my constant harping for you to be on time will set you up for some success at the Naval Academy. So, Franco Lee.
Hello, so my name is Franco Lee. I am a senior for swimmer. So, if you guys could indulge me for a second, could we all take a deep breath? In and out. I'm sorry, I'm just really nervous, that's why. These long breaths are hard to come by. From trying to catch breaths between sets, to trying to breathe in the 50 free, or trying to not breathe in the 50 free, to even the sharp intake of breaths when talking to friends. Especially for me, I believe that breathing is an important aspect for not just what it can do in swimming, but also what it represents. Swimming at a glance seems just like swimming back and forth for long periods of time. So boring. Many of my friends claim, it's so easy, I could do that, I could beat you. But I know y'all better than that. We're the swimmers, not them. We go through so much more than that. We push our body and our minds to the limits almost every day at practice to prepare for the meets. Tired of school, tired of doing nothing, and tired of not being better, we swim. Everyone has their own reasons for starting swim, but we all have the same reasons for continuing. Continue to race this beautiful sport due to the little breaths of happiness and fun that shine through. Unless your parents are the one forcing you to swim. But anyways, the little breaths of happiness that come from the various facets of swimming. The milliseconds shaved off at meets, the dive progressions, and the racing against friends, these are all examples of the breaths that allow us to continue swimming again. As you all continue into the sport, I hope you will learn as I learned. It may be hard, but as we continue forward and keep on swimming, you should definitely see some improvements that you might have never expected. Swimming is a sport that I firmly believe all people should do, and I would like to thank the people who continue to push me on in this sport, despite my mistakes. I'd like to thank all the coaching, especially Coach Ali, who developed me into the swimmer that I am today. Despite my blatant tardiness, they were always encouraging and inviting, pushing me to be better and try harder. Next, I would like to thank all the friends I made along this journey, who spurred me on to try harder and go to practice. The friends who at the spin of a coin turned into competitors, and the friends who would always push me to go harder. They have all developed into great swimmers, and now I'm the one hoping to catch up to them. And finally, I would like to thank my family, my parents, for allowing me to pursue such an amazing sport and such a special opportunity, and standing behind me to keep me up when I want to quit or stop. And my sister for just being there so I can always show off to her. I would like to thank everybody for such an invaluable experience that I will always hold dear to my heart. I hope all of you will find your little breaths of happiness and continue on this amazing journey. Thank you guys, and Franco out.
Hello. So, to do the Senior 3 awards, I'm going to start with most inspirational. This athlete has, for some people, things may come a little bit easier for them, but for this athlete, she has had to work for every last step. She's extremely hardworking. For some time, she struggled with her love for the sport and just trying to balance the school and swimming balance. But she never gave up. She never stopped working hard. And she has inspired me as a coach every step of the way with her persistence and commitment to the sport. Amelia Iwai. All right, most improved. This one was really easy. I mean, if you know anything about Senior 3, we have an athlete that just would literally have to try to not drop time. I mean, one of the most shocking events of time drop was at WAG when this athlete stopped at the 150 mark in his 200 for 3 seconds and still dropped 9 seconds total. He dropped a total of 60 seconds during the short course season. Koji Konishi, come on up here, man. All right. Team spirit. I think this one's an easy one. I think this athlete's gotten team spirit many times before. She's probably the most positive person I've ever met in my life. Always smiling, always laughing. And trust me, you can hear her from the other side of a 50-meter pool, literally in the parking lot. She is an amazing friend to everybody. Every single person I've seen come into the group or who was already in the group has been better for knowing her. Jewel Luz, come on up here. All right. World-class character. This athlete is not here today because he is off overachieving somewhere. This athlete is every coach's dream. He does everything you want him to do. He's always listening, always knows where you are in the set. Actually, sometimes I will lose track and I will ask him where we are in the set. He is a leader. He is always leading by example, always working on what he needs to be working on, whether it's technique, which we always do, or just actually doing what the set requires to do. So anytime I look for a leader, this kid is the definition of it. He's always working hard, not just in the pool, but in the gym or with his academic studies, which he does an incredible job studying. I believe he has something like a 4.8 GPA, but still manages to make it to a lot of the practices. Daniel Wang for world-class character. All right, excellence. This one, I knew who it was going to be pretty much from when I met this athlete. If you guys have ever heard me talk about the fastest way to get to where you want to be is to embrace where you are. And the first time I met this athlete, we had a goal meeting, and first thing he told me was he's happy with where he is and he's not in a rush to be anywhere else. And when he joined the group, he had no cuts and virtually no club swimming experience. And within 4 months, he was faster than a senior development time. For excellence, Trey Nilsson. Am I knocking that down? All right, race of the year. This race was really interesting because it was significantly faster than this athlete's individual cut by over a second, and it really shocked me as far as where the potential of this athlete actually is. She went 57.85 in the 100 free, which is over a second faster in the 400 medley relay at WAG. Kate Lansdorf.
Okay. Our next graduating senior is Mikki Maemura. We're gonna do this. Okay, so as coaches, we are always happy when our athletes have a good swim, whether that's dropping time, touching first, winning the heat. Sometimes that happiness is accompanied by a feeling of, how the heck did that just happen? You haven't been at practice in 2 weeks, and the last time you were here, you hid in the bathroom. But other times, it just brings you just pure joy when it's someone like Mikki who just does so many things the right way and puts so much of herself into this that you know they truly deserve the success. It's been such a privilege as we've gone through this high school season with Coach Latte's help to watch our girl who now has Friday Night Lights meet records, West High school records, Pioneer League meet records. She is the CIF champion in the 100 backstroke and a double state finalist in 100 fly and 100 back. And I just could not be prouder of you or happier for you. So Mikki, it's all yours.
Sorry guys, I'm just really nervous. Okay, so hello and thank you all for being here on this wonderful afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Michaela, but no one here calls me that, unless they're mad at me. Here I'm known as Mikki, and if you still don't know who I am, you probably hear me yapping from the other side of the pool. Anyways, my swim journey started when I had a tryout on Beach Cities at 9 years old and was placed in the white group. Over the years, I went through many groups, from white with Coach Christina, red with Coach Romy, to blue with Coach Sergio and Coach Taylor, to Junior Olympics group with Coach Adriana, which turned into Beach 5 with Coach Jack, and then Senior 5 with Coach Tim Hamlet, and then High Performance with Coach Mo, which changed to High 5 with Coach Jack again, and now we have a Coach Justin. To be honest, swimming and I have had a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I love it, and then sometimes I feel like a piano fell on my back and I can't move. But nonetheless, swimming and this team will always have my heart. It's true what everybody says about Beach Cities being your second family. We always have the coaches who are always there to support us, the parents who are bending their backs to make sure we make it to practice on time and are eating well. And of course, we have the teammates that make swimming a lot less excruciating sport. Swimming is very mentally and physically challenging. People may underestimate the difficulty of swimming until you get out there and it's just you, the water, and the lane lines that you're trying to avoid when swimming backstroke on a very sunny day. Trust me, I've been there before. Swimming has taught me to get used to being uncomfortable. We don't get better unless we step out of our comfort zone. It has taught me time management skills and to not wait until the last minute to get my studying done. Swimming has taught me it's okay to make mistakes because it's more important that we learn from our mistakes and become a better person and a better athlete. But most important of all, swimming has taught me to love and accept myself because it is here that I learn to grow self-confidence, trust in myself, and learn how to control my emotions. As my coaches always tell me, control the controllables. I'd like to thank my wonderful coaches for all the support over the past 7 or 8 years. Swimming wouldn't even be possible without you guys. Thank you, Coach Ali, for all the laughs. You're my spirit animal. Coach Latte, the main character on the West High swim vlogs. Go Mighty Mangoes. And my fellow Swiftie, Coach Bert, for coaching me in high school last year. Last but not least, I messed that up. My fellow Swiftie, Coach Bert, for coaching me during high school last year. We had so much fun jamming to Taylor Swift during practice. And most of all, thank you, Coach Justin, for making me realize how much I actually really enjoy swimming. You've given me a different perspective on swimming and have taught me to get after it, but if things don't work out, no stress, we can try again and do better the next race. I'd like to thank all my wonderful teammates. You guys have been there for me since day one. You guys are the real ones. You guys have made swimming so much more fun, and to be honest, if you guys weren't here, I probably would have quit ages ago. You guys have changed my life, and I feel so incredibly grateful to have each and every one of you here. Honestly, you guys are like my therapist. Not only do we swim, but we have the most amazing tea time and the best laughs. I've made friends for life from this team, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys. Extra special shout out to Peyton. He's my day one and my Western Zones traveling buddy. Thankfully, I'm going to college really close by, and I will be back to visit as soon as I can. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents, Mom and Dad. This would not be possible without you guys. You guys have been my rock and my greatest supporters since day one. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. Most of you don't know, but I am adopted, so yes, literally, I wouldn't be here without you guys. You guys have been on top of me about finishing my homework, eating, and getting the correct amount of rest. Although sometimes I didn't act appreciative, I'm really grateful that you guys did that for me. First off, Dad, thank you for taking me to morning practices, the ones that Mom didn't want to wake up to. I know you weren't there every single meet, but I know you always wanted me to do well. Thank you for the advice and tips on how to do better and always reminding me to stretch. Mom, I think you're the strongest person I know. Coming to America as an immigrant and creating a family, I know it was hard. Thank you for taking me to all my swim meets and practices, helping me with my homework so I can get to sleep on time, and cooking me the most delicious food. Lastly, thank you both for spending all your hard-earned money on buying me tech suits. I know those Johns are expensive. I will be eternally grateful for everything you guys have done for me. And my sister, she's not here, but she got the recording. Thank you for always supporting me and telling me to do my best in swimming. You're an amazing sister, and I love our tea times and random outbreaks of singing songs or quoting funny movie lines. You are my #1 Bibble lover from Barbie. To the younger swimmers who just listened to my whole speech and saw me cry. I never thought I would be up here, but just a few years later, I'm standing here in front of you, and I just made my senior swim speech. Time flies, so make the most of it. It may get tough, and it's not always going to be an easy road, but just because it's not easy doesn't mean it's not doable. As long as you stay positive and have the drive, you can do anything. Remember your support system around you. Your teammates are always there to support you, and your coaches are always there to give you advice. Use your tools, put in the best effort. Remember you get out what you put in. I'm so excited, but also extremely nervous for the next chapter, but this team has prepared me for anything and all challenges that life throws my way. Thank you all for everything. These are memories I will cherish forever. Congratulations to my fellow seniors, and thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Go Beach Cities!
Right, it's a little unstable. Okay, I'm gonna make this really quick, but I was sitting at work one day and I wanted to crunch some numbers here for Beach 4, and I thought you guys might find this a little interesting. Beach 4 swims about 3,500 yards in an hour. That equates to about 2 miles per hour. There are 31,000 calories in a gallon of gasoline. An average Beach 4 athlete burns approximately 400 calories per hour, which comes out to 208,000 calories per year. In American units, so we can understand, that's 612 Freedom Fries or 385 Big Macs a year. If you crunch these numbers a little bit further, your average Beach 4 athlete comes out to about 156.2 miles per gallon. That's better than the 134 miles per gallon of a Tesla. Okay. I thought it was fun. My most improved for Beach 4 goes to an athlete. I had this wonderful conversation with him one time. I said, dude, you need to do streamlines and sub kicks off the wall. And he's like, but coach, that makes me go slower. No. It turns out he found out the hard way that it does not, in fact, make you slower. say no more to that. Most improved goes to Sebastian Martinez. Most inspirational goes, as you've all now heard, my dry lands are notorious, or whatever you want to hear about that. This athlete inspired her teammates. We did a particularly difficult dry land one day, and one of her teammates was falling behind, struggling really hard, muscles failing, exactly where I want them. And she turned around and went beside this athlete and did the workout doubly so, motivating the other athlete to get to the finish line. I thought that was probably one of the greatest moments and a perfect example of world-class character and excellence in swimming. My most inspirational goes to Kira Goss. The Team Spirit Award goes to the loudest, the proudest, the one that cheers her teammates on in the practice pool, at races. She's always behind the blocks cheering her teammates on. If you're at a meet, you will hear her. Tara Biggs. My Excellence Award goes to an athlete who shows up to practice, smile on her face, ready to work. Every set is a challenge. Every teammate is an opponent. And I love that she goes for it in every single set that I give her. I've never really seen her down. I've never seen her put down her teammates. I've literally never seen her do anything negative whatsoever. My Excellence Award goes to Kira Lyman. Race of the Year goes to another WAG swimmer, the only Beach 4 swimmer to have swum at WAGs. He achieved a time of 27:59 in his 50 freestyle. The Race of the Year award goes to Luca Boots. And finally, the World Class Character Award goes to an athlete who, at the end of every practice, goes up to me with a huge smile and says, "Thank you for coaching me today, and thank you for being my athlete and showing me the appreciation." The World Class Character Award goes to Devin Davis.
Okay,
Our next graduating senior is Brooke Patel. Yeah. I guess not to date myself too much, I'm just barely old enough that when I was in school, we used to actually get printed out hard copy report cards. Coach Mary knows. And they would have your class, your grade, and then the teacher could put one of, 17 pre-made comments on there, great attendance, tardy too often, maybe. And one of them was a joy to teach. And on the rare occasion where a teacher would give me a joy to teach, I was always very cynical. And I would think to myself, like, you liar. It's not your joy to teach me, it's your job to teach me. You're just trying to suck up to my mom. This girl here is a joy to coach. Our, first one-on-one talk, get to know each other, seemed at the time like it was just a laundry list of injuries and ailments and challenges and struggles. And, added on to the end of that, I'm a senior, I want to swim in school, but I can't get any colleges to talk to me because I have all these injuries. And, we sat down and we talked through it, made our plan, said we're going to take 1,000 little baby steps to get to this moment here. And 9 months later, she's committed to swim and study at Ashland University in the fall. And, she's going to be missed here because you have been a joy to coach. B.
Okay, so quick warning, if you can't already tell, I'm a huge crybaby, so I'm really sorry. This is just going to be me, blubbering. Hi, everybody. As some of you know, my name is Brooke Patel, and I'm a senior in high performance. I've been on Beach Cities practically my whole life, and I joined the pre-competitive part of the team when I was about 8 years old. I started in the Goldfish group and eventually made my way through many groups like Red Group, Beach 5, Senior 5, and finally High Performance. With all of these groups came many great coaches. I want to give a shout out to one coach who's not here today, but without whom I would not be standing in front of you making this speech. I would probably be in the auditorium over there where I had one of my first dance recitals. For those of you who remember, Coach Adriana coached a group dear to my heart, the Beach 5 group of 2016. She was one of the first coaches to truly believe in me, and I am deeply grateful. I want to say thank you to all the coaches currently on our team. We couldn't do any of this without you guys. I would also like to specifically thank Coach Justin. You have supported me and had faith in me from the start, even when I don't have faith in myself, and have been the most amazing coach to work with. You always answer my millions of questions and make everything hilarious. I know we say this at every meet, but I wish we had more time together. I will take everything that you have taught me this season with me to college. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Next, I would like to thank my parents. Many of you know them, but I will give you a refresher just in case. They are the crazy people running around, making sure that everything is going smoothly, and jumping in to help where they can, lending countless hours to me and this team. Mom and Dad, thank you for all the rides, support, and encouragement you have given me throughout this journey. All of the lap counting, timing, and driving me to meets, especially since I refuse to drive on freeways now. You guys have pushed me to be the best that I can be, and I'm going to miss you so much when I'm at college. Many of my teammates wanted a shout out, and while I have some great teammates, there is a time limit on this thing. So I want to talk about two specifically. Mikki, you are my day one teammate, friend, and JG's partner. You have made the years fly by with all the times we spent laughing and talking together. Even though it may not seem like it, Heather O'Brien only came into my life about 2 years ago, despite being on the same team for around 10 years. Side by side, we would swim the 500 at high school meets and the mile at club meets. Sorry, I told you, I'm a crybaby. This girl has become the best friend I could ask for. Heather, you have been by my side through it all, swim-related or not, and I am so proud of what you have accomplished, and I know you are going to do even better things in the future. To all of my teammates, thank you for being there every day. I know you don't really have a choice, but it makes all those hard hours not just bearable, but enjoyable. On one of our many morning breakfast runs, my swim brother Jake told me that people think I am the mom of this group of swimmers, and it is a title that I am happy to claim. Thank you for letting me be your older sister, your teammate, and most importantly, your friend. And with that, BAP Attack is signing off.
All right, back again last time. First up, we're going to do the Senior 4 awards. Again, as all the other coaches have said, none of these decisions were super easy. My group is apparently full of a bunch of breaststrokers at this moment, which, if everybody knows how much I do not enjoy breaststroke, I find that a little hysterical. First up is going to be most improved. This one for me is usually pretty easy to figure out, but there was so much improvement this year that I believe I texted Tim and I was like, hey, how do you do that cool time report thing? So went through, did that, and ran the numbers, and this one was above and beyond like a super obvious choice. This athlete had by far the biggest time drops over the course of her long course and short course seasons. She started in the beach groups crushing all of the 50s, and only the 50s, and usually struggling on the longer events. Now she has solid times in all of the races from the 50 free to the 400 IM, multiple sectional cuts, and even grabbed a futures cut this year. She has slowly worked in improving all aspects of practice, from kicking, DPS work, fast things, and at the gym. So my most improved athlete for Senior 4 is Megan Gordon. All right, next up will be inspirational. This award was tough for me because I feel like every swimmer in my group has an amazing story, but I settled on this particular guy because of the constant effort and no quit, sometimes to his demise on the harder sets. No matter what was thrown at him, he always wanted more and did it with a smile. Faster intervals, more fly, harder gym sets, didn't matter. Even after a not so great race, he would still come over with a smile, go over some constructive criticism, and come back stronger for the next race. He also did a great job holding his teammates accountable and bringing the group with him through the tougher practices, and he is now in the high performance group. So my inspirational goes to Jake Everett. All right, team spirit. This one was actually an easy one for me, but I struggled to pick just one, so we're gonna have two. These two can always be found at the end of teammates' lanes at every single meet. I don't think they missed cheering for a single race at sectionals unless they were racing. They also did a great job being loud, rallying the troops, and making sure each swimmer got a cheer, occasionally at their own demise of warming up or cooling down. But hey, team spirit for the win. So Gabby Nicholas and Avalon Kim, come on up. All right, next up will be excellence. This particular athlete is astounding. Rarely in a bad mood and always gives 100% at every practice, every set, every gym lift. He's been a great role model for the younger boys in the group, and I don't think I've ever heard him complain. He always picks up at the gym or the pool without being asked, and quietly leads his lane or helps his teammates along, and is honestly a coach's dream. My Excellence Award goes to Marcus Searing. I didn't do my homework. All right, race of the year. This was another tough one for me to pick just one, but it ultimately came down to this race helping achieve this athlete's goal and also a goal of mine, which was to have 100% attendance at a championship meet. This meant having the entire group qualified for the meet and then attend the meet, which happened at WAG this winter. It was amazing, so check that one off the list. The swimmer, we already touched on this, has embraced butterfly and the pain of the 200 fly, but continued to just miss this elusive WAG cut by tenths. We trained, we did extra pace work, we adjusted his stroke, we still missed. Finally, at the last-ditch meet in December, he grabbed the cut. We entered him at WAG. He proceeded to drop even more time and ended up way under the cut. And honestly, I could not be happier for a swimmer to finally get their cut. So Boden Allen, race of the year, 200 fly. I think I'm good on this one. All right, lastly, character. I feel like as a whole, Senior 4 does a really good job with this. Similar to the Excellence Awards, this particular athlete has always done what is asked. She asks great question, but actually applies whatever she learns and works super hard to make stroke adjustments, pace adjustments, go a little bit harder at the gym, do the makeup practice, attend the mornings, all of the things. She also looks out for the younger girls, helping them on their journey, cleans up at the gym, and asks if there's anything else that can be done. She has worked so hard for so long, continually just missing her goal of a sectional time, but she has finally grabbed it. Now she has several, and I would love to see all the little things paying off for you. So Heather O'Brien. All right, still here. Let me switch this over. All right, and my final senior, Josh Troung, would you like to come on up? Yeah, that was fluffy. I was looking at that one. Oh, looks nice. Josh is another original Shark Group member from my pre-comp days, back at the Friday nights at Alondra. And it has been super cool to watch him go from a kid that wasn't always super technical in practice to now a sectional level swimmer that can throw down an amazing race. Josh has worked hard on his streamlines, his dives, all of his strokes, except maybe backstroke. He has another smiling face daily. And once he committed himself to better attendance and doing the little things, it was super cool to watch you continue to drop time and start getting to the bigger meets. I will miss bonding over all things Disney. And wish you the best of luck. I believe you're swimming club? Yeah. Yep. Swimming club at UC Davis next year. And please remember to streamline and subkick.
Hi, my name is Joshua Troung. First, I'd like to thank my mom and dad for everything they sacrificed for me, from driving me to morning practice, and especially my dad waking me up for morning practice, to just supporting everything that I do, swimming and non-swimming related. I started my Beach Cities journey with Coach Ellie in Shark B, as she said, and I had her in Senior 3 and Senior 4, so I had her 3 times. And then I've learned a lot of life lessons from swimming and Beach Cities especially. Like when I was younger, I got private coached by Tim Hamlet, and then he told me, I told him I want to focus on breaststroke, but he's like, you can't focus on breaststroke so young, because what stroke you do when you're younger doesn't determine your main stroke from then on. And then obviously he was right, because I had my sectional time in 53, but not any breaststroke event, sadly. And then, so in the long run, I guess, not changing perception of yourself helps in the end. And then I would like to thank my coaches again. One more time, Coach Ali, Coach Stephanie, Coach Latte, and I actually did like your drylands because I like working out and running in general. And then Coach Jericho and all the others. I want to give shout outs to my teammates. I made many friendships throughout my time on this team, especially Ethan, who I do lunch with almost every week, and then I hang out with him all the time. And then I'd like to thank Brooke, Heather, and Boden for helping me write this speech right now. And then, while there are a lot of great things this team has given me, it has not always been smooth sailing. During one summer, I skipped most of the summer practices due to me being lazy. And then, and always being out of town due to other extracurriculars put me a little bit behind. But with the coach's help, I was able to turn it around and get my 50-free cut. And then I'd like to thank all the people who have helped me get here. And I know I wasn't the easiest to handle at practice sometimes due to me talking with a bunch of people, especially Thomas over there. And then this team has helped me grow so much, and I am very grateful. I have the best memories from the past few years. I know there will be so many more in the next few months before I leave for college. Thank you.
Back again, this time for Beach 5. Starting with most improved. This young man is not here today. He's under the weather, but he experienced massive growth last year, both emotionally and physically. Let's highlight some of his short course numbers to demonstrate this growth. His 100 breast went from 111 to 102. 200 fly went from 223 to 208. 400 IM went from 442 to 413. 200 back, 212 to 158. And even his sprint, his 50 free, went from 25.7 to 23.4. Major improvement, every stroke and distance. He was a recipient of the group's Inspiration Award last year, due largely to his above and beyond attitude toward hard work, and we're witnessing the manifestation of that great effort. His short course season recently culminated with a sectionals cut in the 400 IM, a rare achievement for a 13-year-old boy. Make sure to give it up for him because he'll be able to hear you on the recording. Beach 5 Most Improved Award goes to Sam Wang. Way to go, Sam. Inspiration. All gas, no brakes. If we had an Energizer Bunny Award, she'd probably win that one too. She's just relentless with her effort, the ultimate competitor. I forget who shared this with me, but apparently she was swimming the same practice as her sister once, and her sister remarked something to the effect of, well, now I know why she's swimming so fast. She works hard. She just always brought this energy to practice, and it was contagious. Locked in was a phrase we began using toward the end of her time in the group, but it perfectly encapsulates the type of athlete she's become. Thanks to her tenacity and consistency, she put together so many great races in the last year, highlighted by her first junior national cuts in the 400 IM and the 200 fly at the Spring Age Group Championships in March. That 200 fly was a massive improvement from the previous season. She went from 224 to 159. That's nearly a 17% improvement, which is just nuts. In addition to breaking the 2-minute barrier in the 200 fly, she broke the 5-minute barrier in the 500 free. Both of those feats put her in rare company in our sport. She's set several team records in the 13-14 age group this season, short course 500 free, 200 fly, and 400 IM, and a long course 200 fly. She was a part of a very special group of 13-14 girls who rewrote the team relay record books in all 5 relays at the short course age group championships in March in Pasadena. The Beach 5 Inspiration Award goes to Erin Arnold. Team spirit. She will always be one of the first to park at the end of your lane at a meet and cheer your name loud and proud. She's great at looking out for other people, always interested in doing what's best for the team. She will celebrate with you after a great race and console you when you're struggling physically or mentally, if that's what you need. She's always one of the first to lend a helping hand when the situation calls for it. She's an excellent relay teammate. She consistently embodied our core values in the group of commitment, positivity, fun, motivation, and coachability. And that last one, she's always asking questions, always eager to improve, always looking for a way to get better. And you know, as coaches, we just love that. We eat that up. She too was part of that really special group of girls who rewrote those relay record books at Spring Age Group Championships. Beach 5 Team Spirit Award goes to Kayla Sun. Great athlete right there, see that? Yeah. Excellence Award. I've known this next young lady since she was like 6 or 7 years old, and I'm running out of words to describe her, but in this case, we're talking about excellence. I think the most relevant and important word I can use is consistent. I just have a really hard time remembering her having any bad days. As we like to say frequently in the group, consistency wins in the long run, and in this case, it certainly holds true. She's always loved to swim and to race, and she wears it on her face, in her body language, and most definitely in her performance. And let's highlight those performances here. Against all other 13-year-old girls in the country this short course season, she ranked 10th in the 50 free, 5th in the 100 free, 9th in the 200 free, 7th in the 100 back, 11th in the 200 back, 5th in the 100 breast, 7th in the 200 breast, 2nd in the 100 fly, 9th in the 200 fly, 5th in the 200 IM, and 11th in the 400 IM. So as you can see, the breadth of her skill set is just massive, crossing all strokes and nearly all distances. In the long course pool, she currently ranks 3rd this season in the 50 free nationally, 1st in the 100 free, 1st in the 200 free, 6th in the 100 breast, 7th in the 200 breast, 1st in the 100 fly, and 2nd in the 200 IM. She's already broken 3 individual team records this season in the short course pool, the 100 back, 200 back, and 100 fly, and 3 in the long course pool, 100 free, 200 free, 100 fly, and 200 IM. And I'm sure she's locked in on picking off a few more before the season is over. Add to that the 5 relay records that she and her teammates set at Spring Age Group Championships, which brings her total to 11 team records this season alone. The Beach 5 Excellence Award goes to Gabby Brito. Okay, race of the year. I remember when this young man joined the team several years ago. I was coaching the Beach 3 group at the time, and I wondered out loud, is this the right group for him? We honestly reconsidered or considered a redeployment to the Beach 2 group. Time went by. We worked patiently, and we learned how to communicate. And then at a meet in the fall of 2022, I think, I believe it was well over a year after he joined the team, everything just started to click. I remember comparing it with some of the coaches to that scene from The Matrix when Neo, after like downloading content from The Matrix, goes, "I know Kung Fu." If you know, you know, right? It's been a steady climb since then, and he's just done some really incredible things in the pool. This particular race is one of a relatively small number of races that I can remember giving me goosebumps as a coach. It's the mile, so 1,650 yards of freestyle, right? And he takes out the first 200 within a tenth of his best time. I'm like, okay, a little spicy, but let's see where this goes. Then he goes a best time by like 5 seconds at the 500. showing no signs of slowing, and I'm like, oh, let's go. Here we go. And after 1,000 yards, he's got his first sectionals cut, and he ultimately finishes in 16 minutes and 29 seconds, another sectionals cut, and an average of 59 seconds per 100 to place third at the Spring Age Group Championships in Pasadena. One of the things that I will remember and appreciate most, and I get emotional about this race, is the genuine joy and excitement of his teammates as they're cheering for him and watching this unfold and realizing that he's going to be wearing that pink sectionals cap from now on, until he chases down that white one, of course. But I believe there was even a celebration in the gym once they got word of this. Like, moments like this are why we love what we do so much. The Beach 5 Race of the Year award goes to Alejandro Safa. And, you know, that's a team award too, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. World-class character. Our final group award goes to one of the kindest human beings I've just ever coached. She's always looking for ways to help, whether it's reminding the group to start movement prep before practice, setting up or cleaning up for dry land, lending a teammate a helping hand, or a missing or broken piece of equipment. She's also great at devising incredibly personal and creative birthday cards. She's humble and hardworking, respectful and tenacious. She's not afraid to push her body to its physical limits. All of these traits and more have made her one of the most improved athletes in her group year after year. She's a true gem of a teammate and a student, and I just cannot wait to celebrate when she kicks down that door and gets that sectionals cut soon. The Beach 5 World Class Character Award goes to Penny Chu. Congratulations to all the Beach 5.
Okay, I am back. This time to present group awards for the high performance group. I would just echo what all of the coaches have said. None of these awards are easy to choose just a single candidate because so many of our athletes embody all of these qualities. I think especially true in high performance, where, you know, if you're not improving and having great races and demonstrating excellence, you're not going to make it into the group. And if you're not showing world-class character, you're going to get moved out of the group. So tough decisions all around, but excited to share these. Also, I know nobody likes change, but I like to do my awards differently. I like to announce my winner and then drag you up on stage so that you can join me and bask in all this adulation while I say embarrassing nice things about you. So, HP Squad, if I call your name, please be ready to come up here with me. And that's going to start with our high performance most improved athlete, Anderson Bennett. Anderson. So I am really hard on this guy. I'm sure he will tell you that I am really hard on this guy, whether it's getting on him for not having warm clothes to wear after practice, or for choosing to do all the rounds of the set breaststroke, even though it was explicitly stated to work in one freestyle round, or whatever the case may be. But I'm hard on him because I have such high expectations for him. And it's been a pleasure to watch him meet those expectations and beyond, and just continue to improve and thrive. When we sat down at the beginning of the season, one of his goals was he wanted to get his first junior national cut. And I'm like, pulling back through my notes, and I'm like, okay, Anderson, do you have a futures cut yet? And he's like, nope. And I'm like, so you know it usually goes what? All right, junior national cut. And then, sure enough, our first rest meet together, Kevin Perry, our man, cranked out his first 2 futures cuts, bam, bam, 100, 200 breaststroke. And now, a couple of months later, we're less than a second off of that JNAT, and I think we both feel really good about that. And the dude just comes in and does the work, and the results speak for themselves. I also wanted to say Anderson 100% deserves this award, but he also has a cool handshake where we play around to rock, paper, scissors. And I thought this would be a great opportunity. Anderson, when I first came here, how many rock, paper, scissors in a row did you win before I won my first one? 20-something. 20 times in a row. Anderson and I played a game of rock, paper, scissors, and he slayed me. To the point where I was considering changing the handshake, but I have made a comeback. Oh. Thanks, Anderson. Congratulations. Y'all have no idea that was such a big W for me. Next, the most inspirational award goes to Bella Brito. So, B, just when you look at this, totally through no fault of mine, but it doesn't say most inspirational on there. I think it says most improved. Yeah. But most inspirational is what I wanted to award you with. And so I think most everyone in this room is very familiar with what an amazing athlete Bella is and everything that she's accomplished really throughout her career. She's one of the fastest athletes in the history of beach cities. She's now the fastest athlete in the history of Maricosta High School. It goes down the line. And I think a lot of people look at somebody like B and think, man, that's so cool. I wish that were me. That's got to be so much fun. And a lot of times it is, but I think there's also a lot of challenge and a lot of struggle and a lot of pressure that goes along with having done the things that she's done throughout her career. Pressure from yourself, pressure from your teammates, from coaches, from parents. And I'm just so inspired by how she handles all of that. And even more so, it would be so easy for her to know the kind of athlete she is and maybe be kind of a jerk to people, like maybe new coaches or maybe other teammates in the group. And that's just not who she is. She is the sweetest and kindest kid that you are ever gonna meet. And that to me is as much, if not more so, inspirational than all of your other accomplishments. So congrats, B.
Thank you.
For the High Performance Team Spirit Award, I am gonna drag Mikki Maemura back on this stage one more time. This is gonna be a happier one though. So I struggled a little bit earlier debating on what exactly to say and what exactly to kind of hold back for this moment. As you can kind of tell from Mikki's speech, she is one of a kind. And it takes a very special person to do that. And to be the person who walks on the freezing cold pool deck at 5 a.m. on a Tuesday morning in January, and you know that you went hard the night before and you're going hard again this morning, and still kind of be the life of the party and bring everybody up and bring your coaches up, because truth be told, sometimes coaches don't love being on the freezing cold pool deck at 5 o'clock in the morning. And Mikki is just that to the T. Just such a special young adult. What's I gonna call you again? And again, someone that we're really fortunate to have had on this team. I'm really fortunate to have had in my group. We're certainly gonna miss, but wish her all the best moving forward. Congrats, Mikki. Up next, we have the Excellence Award, which is gonna go to Alex Thornton. So I mentioned a moment ago how hard I am on Anderson. I am not hard on Alex because Alex is very hard on Alex. This guy holds himself to as high of a standard, if not higher, than any athlete that I've ever worked with, which is oftentimes a blessing, and as we sometimes discuss, sometimes a bit of a double-edged sword where that ends up being one of his greatest challenges, is even after a good swim or a lifetime best or a race won, he comes back and we talk, and it's not just this list of 17 things that he could have done better, should have done better, would have done differently, and it's going to be better next time. And with an attitude like that, usually it is. He had taken some time away from the sport, battled with a really serious injury, and so when I talked with Coach Ali about taking over the group, he was a little bit raw with some of his technical elements, but just through sheer hard work and focus has come so far so quickly, and is just going to continue on that path as long as he remembers to give himself a break every once in a while. So Alex, congratulations. The High Performance Race of the Year recipient is actually not here this afternoon, but I want to talk about her just briefly. Anyways, it goes to Delaney Herr for, of all things, her 200 butterfly at the Lunar Festival meet down in Mission Viejo. Thank you, Coach Mary. Really, I just want to and we'll shout her out at practice, maybe back during the week, but the kids know sometimes Delaney's delivery just kills me. I think she says the funniest things. And she chose her events for the Lunar Festival meet, and she chose 200 butterfly and 200 breaststroke. And when I was looking through the meet entries, I was like, all right, Dee, let's go. And so she comes over to talk to me before 200 fly. And I say, hey, what do you think? And she goes, I think I forgot this was a prelims finals meet when I signed up for 200 butterfly. But she crushed it, dropped 5 seconds, won the event, beat some people who are some really good 200 butterflyers. So Delaney, wherever you are, congratulations. Which brings us to world-class character, which is going to go to Brooke Patel. So, I said some nice things about this child earlier. I could go on for days and say quite a few more, but what really solidified this for me isn't that the way that I think about her and know that she has world-class character. It's in the way that so obviously all of her teammates and all of the other coaches feel that same way too. It's really easy to win over one coach. You just got to kind of be nice to one person, but you can tell by the way the teammates react, what high regard and esteem they hold her in. She had her college signing day, a month ago maybe, over at Redondo. When you commit to compete collegiately for a sport, you sign what's called your national letter of intent. It's a good chance to dress up, eat some cookies, have all your friends around. So I was there, awkwardly loitering off to the side in the back as much as possible. And so I was chit-chatting with a couple of our BCS athletes, Gabby Nicholas and Jake Everett, who were also there. And at one point, there was just this swarm of people around Brooke's table just wanting to take a picture or shake her hand or say congratulations. And Jake says something to the effect of, man, Brooke is really popular. And I say, joking, yeah, I really don't know what they see in her. And Gabby was, and you would have thought that I had said the most offensive thing that you could possibly imagine, just because that's how we all feel about B. So thank you, B, and congratulations. Okay, so now we have, I believe, some raffle tickets. Kathy, are you coming back up for this, or is this all me? Awesome, thank you, Kathy. So we're gonna draw 3 tickets. Okay, and must be present to win, yeah? Oh, no, just pull a name. Oh, goodness. I have to pull a name? All right. I don't want to do this. Junko Bell. just keep this. And then there are 2 more that we're going to pull, which are for 1 month of 50% dues for 1 athlete. Allison Sutkos. And Emily Chambon. All right. Kathy, Mark, Mel, anything that any of you want to add before we kind of put a bow on this thing? So it says I'm supposed to give closing remarks, and Kathy has granted me 5 minutes. I promise I am not going to take those 5 minutes. I just want to say one more time how grateful I am to be here and be a part of this team, working with these athletes and these coaches and these parents and these families. As you can see, we've got a ton to be proud of what we've accomplished over the past year. And I think even more to be excited about what we're going to accomplish moving forward. And that's thanks to everyone in this room and everyone who can't quite be here today. So one last round of thank yous to everyone, and go BCS.